Hi everybody, welcome back for another episode of Vlogtober here on Planning with John. I'm John, and today is a very interesting day. I've actually had a really great start to the week. Teaching was good yesterday, teaching was good today. I had some practice that went well. I did some recording. I think I'm going to edit that maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe Thursday, because one of my students has a like a makeup midterm exam from when she was sick, so she had to reschedule her lesson for earlier in the week, so I have an extra free hour to do all of that, so I might do that stuff Thursday. But I'm here today to just kind of chat with you guys. You don't need to see my planner. Not much really has changed. You know, I'll check it off while I'm talking to you. I taught my students today. Lila's playing with a paper bag over there she found. Where? I don't know. I worked on the Allstate Etudes. I recorded some of them, and I'm vlogging right now. And the husband got called into work because someone called in sick, and they wanted to know if he wanted some extra hours, so he was like, okay, I still have 2 days off after today, so he got to go in for a few extra hours, so he's there, so I thought I'll play. I started some videos about 2.5 years ago. They were, I didn't know what to call them at first. They were like, going to be like a no spend month, and I was going to try to make it one whole month with not spending anything on planner related things. And the reason why I started this is, number one, you all have been to my channel, so you have seen what I've bought, because usually what I buy I share as an unboxing. And one of the reasons why I first started doing that was back in 2013, 2014. You know, there were a lot of, you know, new companies on the market that were selling some really interesting planner related things, and I wanted to share them with people. So if it was something that they were looking for or something they had thought about, maybe they might go there. 90 to 95% of the stuff that I share here with you all on YouTube, I've purchased with my own money. There's only a couple of things that I haven't. 1 month for Coco Daisy, I was a guest artist on the design team. So that month, what I used for the month, it was 2 years ago, and it was, I want to say October or November. October? Yeah, I think it was October. I got all of that stuff for free. So there was that, but I also, you know, did work. I wrote a blog post. I did actually 2 blog posts, like an interview with Simone when Simone was in charge of all of that stuff there, and then also a write-up of how I used the items. There were the different challenges. You know, I did one a week, and I actually did quite a bit. I think one week I did like 5 of them, you know, because I wanted to show that I was thankful that Christine and Simone and all of the others at Coco Daisy felt that I was, you know, deserving of that. And then I've received a few things from Arteza, some pens and markers and pencils, but again, they didn't pay me. They just sent me them to review, and if I liked them, I would share them, and if I did, then there was a coupon code in those videos that all you could use for anywhere between 10 and 20% off, depending on what it was. I've received, what else did I get? I got a planner from Wadsworth, or whatever. It wasn't my cup of tea. The husband tried it. He didn't like it either. And then the other thing I got some alcohol markers from Parku, which you've seen this month, and I actually really like those. I'm still using them. They're quite good. I've never had a chisel marker like that before. All of the markers I've had that were alcohol were brush tip, so it takes a while to get used to blending them, but if you have the right paper, they work fine. And you know, if you're looking for something for yourself but you don't want to spend a lot of money, that's a good option. Or if you're looking for something for like someone that's in junior high or high school that you're not sure how serious they're gonna be, you know, you can get, what was it, like, actually I think I have them right behind me. Whoop, this way. Yes, I do have them right behind me. 48, and this is not paid. 48 plus the blender. Those, for a high school student that, loves anime and wants to draw and, wants to experience what an alcohol marker is like, kind of like a Copic, but without the high price of a Copic. These end up being like about $1 a piece. Actually, probably less than that, probably about 75 cents a piece. Copics are, $5 a piece for some of them, depending on which range you get. So I started like the no spend month, and it really wasn't to not spend, but it was when I do spend, so I could track and see where my money was going, because I was spending a lot. I mean, I was buying covers left and right. I mean, and I had the disposable funds for it. It wasn't that I was, spending all my money on that and not being able to pay the bills, because no, that's not that wasn't what was happening. So I just wanted to see where my money was going. And, I'll link up here, or it will be here. I don't know. It's the reverse camera. I never know. It'll probably be up here. We'll see. It's the opposite of what I want to do. So it's probably going to be up here. I will link in the info box the playlist. It's a huge playlist of 2.5 years of no spend, low spend. Or it might even say like no spend year or something like that, because that was something that was starting to become very big in the beauty blogging, vlogging community. Because, when you think of me, you think of beauty blogging, right? With all this scruff. But it was something that, I started to see coming up. And at that time, even a couple of years before that, I had read the KonMari book, and I even have a couple of videos from like 2016 where I KonMari my traveler's notebook system. I KonMari my collection. I'll see if I can find that, and I will link that up there as well. So I wanted to just really see where my money was going, because I wanted to be a more informed consumer. And so the KonMari book was out. The Minimalists, what's their names? Josh and Ryan were, they had released a movie about minimalism and also a few books. Matt Diavella, who is a YouTuber here as well, was talking about minimalism. And there's a couple of different types of minimalism. And I think that's another thing, is people need to understand really what minimalism is. There's minimalism in art. That is not minimalism. Minimalism would be, clean lines, brush strokes, not a lot on the page or on the canvas. There's also minimalism in music, which tends to have repetitive patterns with slight alterations. If you want to think of, if you've ever seen South Park, the first Christmas episode with Mr. Hanky, they have a how did they call it? A non-Christmas play or pageant. There was no Santa Claus, there was no Jesus, there was no Hanukkah stuff, there was none of that. And so the composer that they had was it wasn't John Adams, it was oh my goodness, I can't even remember his name. He's a very famous minimalist composer, and it's hilarious what ensues after that. If you love South Park, you probably know this episode. That's gonna drive me crazy. I've got my computer up here. It's gonna drive me crazy. Like Adams is the big famous one. Philip Glass, that's his name. And it's hilarious. You have to watch that episode if you love South Park. It's South Park, it's raunchy. I like that type of humor. I think because of what I do, having to always be on, and when we're performing, not right now, when we're performing in public, we're wearing our tails and our all of the, our nice dress suits and stuff. And, we always have to be kind of hoity-toity. And so I love South Park, and I love cartoons, and I love the raunchiness of it all, because it's the complete opposite of what I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Especially, being a university professor and in a symphony. I love the complete juxtaposition of the humor of South Park. And I like South Park because they make fun of everybody, even themselves. So I think that's, you have to be able to laugh at yourself. I mean, I do some really silly, stupid things every day. And if I was to get down on myself about all of those, I would have been gone a long time ago. This this world is too darn cruel for so many reasons. And I think people will say and spew things that without even thinking. Like I saw lots today, and that I think is why is prompting this type of a video today, not a planner one. So if you're looking for a planner video, this isn't that. You can scroll on by and come back tomorrow, and I'll show you all the pretty things that I have. So that was what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to really track where my money was going. And I was shocked when I looked at, 2.5, 3 years of Cocoa Daisy. I mean, I love the company. I love the items that they sell. But also, for me, getting that subscription every month was a lot, because that is a packed subscription. You get an insert, you get stickers, you get ephemera, you get die cuts, you get all these clips and all of this other really great stuff that for me, I just could not use it all in a month. And so I had, the few things that I had used, and then everything got put into like a big jumbo zipper bag, like the big bags like this. And so then I had one for each month of the year, one for January through December. And I just had so much stuff that after 2.5, almost 3 years, I was like, okay, I need to pause, because, I'm just bringing more stuff in. And it's not that I didn't love it, and it's not that I didn't love unboxing it and sharing it with you all, because I did. I still to this day will watch Amy Graham's Cocoa Daisy unboxings, and inside I'm thinking, oh, I want to get that subscription. Oh, why didn't I get this one? And then I had to stop back and go like, wait, John, you have 12 pouches of stuff back here that you still haven't used in over, it's been almost 2 years now that I haven't had Cocoa Daisy, and I still have stuff that I haven't used. I mean, I have gotten rid of some of the stuff, like those beautiful pen gem pens. I sold a bunch as a collection, and then one Christmas I gave my mother a new traveler's notebook, a new Foxy Fix, with some calendars I made, and a pretty pink pen to go with it. And then I gave one to my mother-in-law. I gave one of the yellow, I think it was that yellow special anniversary pen for the number of years Cocoa Daisy was around, and a traveler's notebook. I think she got a chic sparrow, my mother-in-law, and then some inserts that I made for her. So it's, so yeah. So, sorry, I distracted myself thinking of the chic sparrow and the pen and thinking that was a really pretty set. But again, I wasn't using it. So I'm so glad that my mother-in-law has it, and she uses it every day to track her work schedule and to track her doctor's visits and her making sure she's taking her pills when she's supposed to. That brings me more joy and satisfaction than it just sitting in one of my bins back here, So, so you have minimalism, which is the art and the music, and then you also have the other side of minimalism, which necessarily doesn't mean living with bare bones, living with next to nothing, you know, having all of your items neatly put away. Trust me, I wish I had all of this stuff neatly put away. I'm working hard for it, but it's not because of being a minimalist or something like that. It's like I want my items that I use daily to have a place, so every time I want them, I know where they are. I'm not trying to, you know, go through boxes or bins going, I thought I put that with this. That's what I'm working on myself. I think what this also comes up with is it comes up with the word conspicuous consumption. And I was watching a video by Matt Diavella, and he says conspicuous consumption, the spending of money on and acquiring of luxury goods and services to publicly display economic power of the income of the accumulated wealth of the buyer. And like, that's a term from the late 1800s, early 1900s. And to me, that is what I see happening in our society today. Oh, I'm this number of years old. I have to own a house. I have to have a car. I have to be married. I have to have 2.5 kids. I have to have this in order to keep up with the Joneses and the Johnsons and Karen. Sorry, just throwing that out there. You know, minimalism isn't necessarily going to the extreme of, okay, there's two of us in the house. We only need to have 2 plates, 2 bowls, 2 cups, 2 coffee mugs, you know, 2 sets of flatware. No, it's not that. You know, everyone, their lives and values are different, and people value different things. And that's what makes this world wonderful, because everybody is different. You know, and something that is, you know I do have to pare down because I do have too much stuff. I don't need 45 Traveler's Factory notebooks. You know, yes, when I got them, you know, I was excited and ecstatic about them. I don't know if it was I loved them, or, oh my God, look, I got a Pan Am. I was able to get 2 Pan Ams. Oh, look, I got an olive. Oh no, I got 2 olives. You know, there was some FOMO for sure. I love green. Brie and I both have this thing for green, like a sap green, olive green color, like we love that color. Hence why I moved back into my green folio from Brie for my journal, and it's not coming out of here right now. I love it, and also it looks really beautiful with my pumpkin color standard rings. You know, it's for me, it's about making decisions. I wrote this down when I was writing today. Making decisions on what to keep, because I can't hold on to everything. If I hold on to everything, it means every closet in this house, and actually 1-bedroom apartment. The husband and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with a dog and a cat, you know, and so you know, I don't want to have all of our closets crammed full of stuff. I don't want to have to get a storage unit or a pod or one of those things to put stuff. If I have to pay to store stuff, to me, that means I have too much stuff. That doesn't mean that you do. This is all about me and my situation. I'm not saying anybody has to do anything. It is how I feel, because, you know, I can sometimes look around because we're in the process of going through things and be like, I just want to teach. I don't want to have to see piles of music that I'm going through. But it's a necessary process that I have to do. You know, also, our lives are constantly changing. One day, that blue Midori was like the bee's knees for me. I used it for a week, and then all of a sudden it kind of lost its luster, because what did I go back to? My original brown I bought in 2013. It's just, that's how it was. Those 2 browns and my Chic Sparrow, those hold a special place. Those chocolate creme brulee ones and my brown Midoris. Those hold a special place for me because those were the first things that got me planning again with paper. They were the first things that got me journaling again after a long time away. And so those I hold dearly. I could get rid of all of the others, except for maybe this. I love this. And this. Okay, so we keep adding a few things, but those, I hold them, they spark joy. They stay. The others, like the Camel Ace Hotel, it's beautiful. I've never stayed at the Ace Hotel. I've never been to Portland where the Ace Hotel is. I got it because, ooh, look, I was able to get one of the Ace Hotel ones. And I think what really changed for me with Traveler's Company, because I love the company, I love the product, I like the rustic nature of it, I like the minimal feel of it, because they do make their notebooks on the smaller side. They make you choose or to be very conscious about what you put in your traveler's notebook. You know, that's one thing that I love about it. Also with the Chic Sparrow, I love that I can just cram so much in there and I can just carry it with me. If we're going to be gone for 3 weeks on the road, I can just throw all that stuff in my Chic Sparrow and I've got it all. So it's not about that, but what I noticed is, you know, they came out with the Starbucks one, and I was like, oh no, I've got to get the Starbucks one. I just got the blue, and I just got the olives, and I just got, you know, the Tokyo train station. And then, you know, they came out with Prada, and I was like, I don't know about the Prada. I've got issues with Prada, so I'm not going to get that. And I didn't get the Starbucks coffee one. I was like, I'll wait. And when it's at a reasonable price, then maybe I'll get it. Well, it never came to a reasonable price. And then they got rid of the brown. Now they're on like camel and blue. And I don't want another camel. I don't want another blue. And then they came out with the to and from, or from and to, whatever that sporting brand was, and then they came out with another one, and then another one, and now they have the Kyoto. I've never been to Kyoto. I've never been to Japan, so I really didn't have any, you know, fascination for the Kyoto one. So, you know, for me, that FOMO of wanting to get all of those and working through that, you know, started to make me look at the collection that I had. And, you know, what I noticed is, you know, I found a leather that I liked. Like Foxy Fix had a beautiful leather Rowena. And so I bought a standard in it. And then I bought a micro in it. And then I bought a passport in it. And then I bought a pocket. I hardly ever use pocket. And then I bought, you know, an A6. Then I bought a B6. I hardly ever use B6. You know, I started buying all those sizes in the leather because I loved the leather, instead of, you know, really thinking like, okay, I love the leather. You have a standard and a micro in it. You know, those are good for you because those are sizes that I use. The passport, it's a size that I use. That's where I am with all of that. You know, and let's see, I also wrote some interesting notes down. You know, also, we need to not take it too far. Minimalism, you know, because you can get rid of things that you enjoy and like, and that's not the purpose of minimalism. If you're getting rid of things that bring you joy and fill your time with something that is important to you, then that's not minimalism. That's just getting rid of stuff to get rid of stuff. You know, it's about really looking at what you have in front of you, and this sparks joy. I have been in this ring, standard rings, since I got it, and I haven't moved out. That never happens. So that lets me know that this is working now. And for now, this is going to be what I'm using. And, you know, I had set up that disc for my health planner, and then I'm thinking, okay, how can I get all of that stuff in here too? Because, you know, it would be kind of nice to have it all in one book. I like having a separate book to write in, but I don't know, maybe there's a way I can make some inserts of my own design and put in here. You know, I also wrote, it's not meant to be about deprivation or starving yourself of the things that you care about. That's not the purpose of minimalism. You know, how much time am I spending on stuff that I don't care about? You know, if I'm constantly having to look through a bunch of stuff I don't care about to find the one thing I care about, that lets me know that I have too much stuff for myself. I'm not saying anything about you. I'm pointing the finger at me. You know, and then it makes me think, you know, okay, have we taken a look at what our values are? What are our core values? What is it that we value? What is it that we want? What is it that what we want to do, you know? So I think clutter-free is nice. Yes, I want this place to be clutter-free. It's kind of hard when you have a husband who comes home from work and throws his coat on a chair. I know all you ladies know about this. Just because I'm gay doesn't mean the same thing doesn't happen here. And then he takes off his sock and one's end up in the bathroom, and I don't know where the other one ends up because the dog or the cat takes it. So it happens in gay relationships too. So, you know, we need to create our own definition of what we consider success. We don't need to look at what others are doing and say, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not successful. No, that's not it. You know, so we need to, you know, really look at our internalized core values and you know, find out, you know, what you're passionate about. Find out what I'm passionate about, you know? And I think minimalism gets used a lot in the planner community because people are not using stickers, not using lots of watercolors or paint or whatever you might have on your page. Like, you could consider the way I plan minimalism. If you look at my month, I've got little dot stickers and pen. That's it. If you look at my weekly, which you all just saw earlier this week, let me get my notes out of the way. If they have someone mentioned on them, I don't want them this to come back to them. If you look at my planner, beep, it's just brown pen because I'm loving writing in brown. It has nothing to do with anything. I had someone send me some brown pens a few years ago. Cleaning out my clutter, I was writing with the pens to see what worked, what didn't work, so I could throw away and recycle the ones that didn't work and keep the ones that did. And I found I had quite a collection of brown pens. And then when I took all of my collections of pens, my Mujis, my Pentels, my Pilot, my Frictions, my Micas, you name it, I had a lovely collection of brown pens. My Arteza pens, I've got some brown pens. You know, I have some beautiful brown pens. I like writing in brown. I love fall. I love those colors. So mine looks like a pretty minimal, if you look at it. Just some pen, some light brown highlighter, a brown post-it note. I saw Ink Imperfections. She uses those. I've got a pack of them right here. They're like a craft paper post-it note. They come from Amazon. You can get them in a box for like $6. I got a pack that came with 6 packs of these and then 6 packs of white, you know, because for me, those are the most useful. I don't like a lot of bright, big colors. I think part of it is due to a partial color blindness. You know, I would put down a color that I thought, oh, look how cool this looks. And people would be like, why is that neon green right next to that other color? They don't go. And I just got tired of people commenting on YouTube saying things like that. And so for good or for bad, I decided to start choosing things that I see, that I like, that I want. So don't necessarily think of it as minimalism. Think of it as like essentialism or intentionalism or living a more meaningful, mindful life. And that's kind of where I'll leave it. You normally don't see me get this passionate, but I've been seeing things go around today, and I have a feeling that I might have been a catalyst for some of these things, because you're hearing me ramble more than I normally do. Normally it's, look at this pretty product, look how I'm going to use it, bye y'all. You know, just, and so you're getting a little bit more of who John is. And for good or for bad, you can ask my husband. He'll say, probably for bad, that, you know, that's, yeah. So we're going to leave it there because I'm just looking up and see that I've rambled on for 30 minutes. So we will not look inside my planner today to see what all went down, but we will get a look at that tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you know, please leave a comment down below, but also please leave a comment with thought and with mindfulness in realizing that whoever may be reading it may be going through something that you know nothing about. And, you know, just think about your intentions. Are you writing it just to write it? Or are you, you know, really trying to grasp and understand some sort of a concept that you might not be ready for yet? And I'm not saying minimalism is for everybody. And I'm not saying I'm a minimalist. I mean, if you looked at the crap that I had back here, you would be like, John, you're a bad minimalist. Yes, I'm a bad minimalist. So there we are today. I hope you had fun. I guess this could be like one of Cindy Gunter-Baldo's hot takes with John. But yeah, so there you go. And so those are actually people that I love. I love Cindy. I love Bree. I love Burgess. I love Mitz. I love Robin. I love all of them. I love all of their videos. And everybody has such a unique perspective. And when we start throwing things around without really understanding the person's intention, that's when things get cloudy. That's when things get messy. And I always think of Kristen Innes. I love Kristen on here on YouTube and on Instagram. Like she says, do better. Y'all need to do better. And then she ends it and says, y'all nasty, you need to go clean your toilet. Go clean your toilet. So there you are. I'm going to go clean my toilet. Okay. Bye, y'all.